What up, Bulls Nation? We've got live CHGO Bulls postgame coming up right now. Bulls fall to the Pistons 126-110, their 8th straight loss. But on the bright side, Josh Giddey looked much better than he did in his return game on Thursday. Matas had a bunch of blocks. Where was Dillingham? Bulls also got some pretty tough injury news earlier in the day today. We will talk about that as well. All ahead next. What's going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome in to CHGO Bulls postgame. Coming to you live from our CHGO Xfinity Loft here in downtown Chicago. CHGO Bulls presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app with code CHGO365 when you sign up. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Thanks for being here, Bulls Nation. Hit that like button if you're hanging out with us on Twitter, in that YouTube chat. Shout out to somebody who already was calling for that tank spin. You know the deal, y'all. Shout out to Muller Dan saying spin the Tankathon.
Hey.
100 likes.
100 likes.
100 likes, and we will have it.
100 likes.
I'm Peck Bulls _Peck. That's my guy, Big Dave. Bam! BAWL Sports. We will hear from our guy, Willie Gottlieb, later on in tonight's show from the UC, where the Bulls lost this one tonight. And joining us on the controls, queen of them, the one and only Sarah Bear. What up, Sarah?
Hi.
Do you enjoy your latest dose of Bulls basketball?
It was kind of fun.
It was kind of fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
What is your record now watching games with us? Have you seen us? I think you saw one game.
They have not won since I've been here.
Okay, no wins.
Or
All
since
right.
I've done your guys' post games this
0
season.
wins and the condensation game. Am I correct?
That was a cool game.
yeah.
Okay, yes, yes.
The
That
was a good
condensation
one.
non-game.
Yes, correct.
That was such a good introductory to back into bowl season for me. Was
Yes.
that game?
Yes.
Like I didn't expect anything less.
Shout out to Nardo in the cut in the
Nardo.
chat who said, I said on
Hey, Julia.
2/11, February 11th, that the Bulls won't win a game this month. Well, they are currently still over in
are.
February.
They are.
Got a few games left,
They are.
including tomorrow night when the Knicks come to town.
Right.
Obviously, look, the Bulls played them even for a half. We've seen that script play out many times this season.
We did.
Including in this current losing streak, Dave. And then the third quarter, the Pistons said, we're the Pistons.
Yeah.
Bulls had turnover problems all night, and you kind of figured that the Bulls would not continue to shoot 80% from three in the second half the way they did in the first half. The team that's not only tops of the East but tops the NBA right now showed the Bulls how business is done in that second half.
Yeah, they did. I believe in the second quarter, I was like, yeah, this is going to get ugly in the third. Like, it was kind of writing on the wall kind of thing, and they're moving and operating like the best team in the NBA and playing with their food. This is how you kind of play with your food, not how you saw the Raptors do it, but playing with your food, you know what I mean? Like, Bulls are shooting incredibly well, shooting, 82% from the three-point line at one point in time, 52% by the half, and they were still down. So that, and I believe the Pistons were shooting in the 20s, from the three-point line, but we're still up. So that doesn't bode well because those things are going to average out, and you just kind of felt that was coming. So the Pistons started off very quickly in that third quarter with Tobias Harris getting his thing going and letting them know, like, oh no, this game is over and this belongs to us, and you all will be trailing us starting a nowish.
Yeah,
and so they went for it, they did it. And they just really looked like the better team. I mean, the aggression was there on the defensive end. They attacked them on the offensive end. And then they were trying to punch him in the mouth as well because Jalen Duren was putting Matas Buzelis in the goal. Whew. And then he's throwing the basketball at Nick Richards while he's on the floor. Like, they were tough-minded and tough in their actions as well when they were playing on the floor, man. And they combined that toughness with athleticism, with that IQ that we saw as well from guys like Cade Cunningham, who is a joy to watch, honestly. But yeah, like you just saw it, Matt. You knew it was coming. It came. Still sucks that it came, but yeah, this is how it's going to be against teams, especially against teams like this.
Jason in the chat saying, I'm celebrating the possibility that this organization realizes that 10 good players isn't going to beat Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duren. Don't celebrate too quickly. I don't know.
Not too yet. Not too yet.
AK might still be convinced that that's the right play, even though we saw him make the moves that he did. But look, when you're playing a quality opponent like that and you turn the ball over as much as the Bulls did, and you're at a talent deficiency, that's going to be a tough night.
Yeah.
And, it was not one culprit. Matas had 4 turnovers. Giddey had 5. How does Nick Richards have 5 turnovers?
He had 5 turnovers?
How do you do that?
Really?
Yeah. I saw somebody in the chat just now saying,
I'm looking at, oh, wow.
Also bad.
That's wow.
Yeah. I mean, you had 23 turnovers for the second straight game. You had 23 on Thursday.
Yeah.
This is, okay, some of that, learning how to play with new teammates.
Sure.
Trying to figure out where people want their passes, where guys are on the floor. And there's been some ugly offensive attempted basketball by the Bulls in the aftermath of that flurry of trades, which is to be expected. I'm not surprised by the number of turnovers right now. I'm not surprised that we're seeing the Bulls offense have these lulls recently. They're trying to figure some things out.
Sure.
And that'll happen. It's not pretty to watch, and it is going to put you in a hole when you're trying to be competitive in a game.
Yeah.
I think that there's still something you can take away positively from this game, which is that despite those 5 turnovers, Josh Giddey looked much, much better than he did on Thursday.
He absolutely did. And from the onset, from the get-go, he looked so much better. I believe he started out 4 for 4, if I'm not mistaken, hitting 3 of those 3-point shots.
Fire.
I saw him hit a mid-range shot, and I was like, what? I'm not used to seeing him take those shots.
Don't tell Billy.
But, yeah, how dare you, sir. But, yeah, he took those shots and he hit them, man. I mean, 10 of 16 and 5 of 8 from the three-point line. I mean, 27 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. And you know what? The assist I'm not putting on him because nobody was hitting it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't put that on Josh Giddey, bro. Like, seriously. Come on. They shot like 45% from the field out here. But they weren't – I don't fault him for any of that. But I will absolutely give him all the praise in the world for the way that he attacked. Because, again, this is the Pistons that we're playing against, man. So this is a really, really good basketball team on both ends of the floor. And he found ways to get inside and do his thing. But the way it happened was because the three-point shot was falling. So when that three-point shot is falling, it opens up so many things. And Josh Giddey definitely took advantage of that. And he realized it wasn't just the rebounding that they needed tonight. It wasn't the assists that they needed tonight. Somebody had to score the basketball for them, man. And then when we saw Simons go out, we'll definitely get into that with GOAT.
Right.
When we saw Simons kind of go out, he really was like, oh, no, man, okay, I'm the one who's going to have to be that guy. I've been liking, Matt, the leadership things that Giddey has been doing, the small things. So I talked about it after the game when he was speaking in the locker room and how he spoke, after that loss, taking that accountability and everything like that. I like the way that he was angry and yelling, at the officials because he got fouled and, following them up and down the floor, trying to get them involved. Like, there's a real passion, like a crazy man kind of passion in Josh Giddey because he's that kind of crazy competitor. Me and Will Perdue had this conversation when the Bulls first got him, and we talked about it here on the show. We were like, no, bro, and Will would call him a basketball savant. And I was like, yeah, there's a crazy competitor in that dude's soul right there. And you're starting to see it, come out of him, man. And they need that. In any capacity, they need that to come out. So it really showcases and shines when he puts up scoring nights like this, which is really cool. Again, people can nitpick at when he was scoring and got to that 27 because the game was well out of hand in that fourth quarter. But listen, in the future, when you see it, all you're going to see is that 27 points. It's what it's going to look like. And 5 of 8 from the three-point line is what it's going to look like. So I liked what I saw from Josh Giddey scoring-wise, showing that he can be the guy to take the onus on himself when nobody else has it. Tonight, I'm going to be the one to do it, and then y'all just try to follow my lead.
Yeah, and getting heated, even like, dude, he made contact with the ref trying to explain how he was fouled.
Yeah,
like,
man, that fire, bro.
which usually you don't see guys get away with that, but I think he had already been assessed to tech at that point. Yeah. So I was like, are you really going to toss him because he grabbed the ref's arm to try to say, hey,
like, come on,
this dude grabbed me,
and the ref knew he wrong, like, because he did get fouled.
Right? Yeah,
absolutely got fouled.
And then there was the other like little thing with Richards and Jalen Duren just kind of dropping the ball, hit him smack dab in the face.
It was funny.
Look, I'm not going to sit here as a Bulls fan and complain about that. You got worked.
Yeah.
And if you want your opponent to respect you, or you want the officials to respect you, you got to be a better organization. You got to be a better basketball team.
That part.
Like,
yes. Correct.
You're not going to get the benefit of the doubt on calls, and you're going to deal with that kind of, disrespectful, slight stuff from your opponents if they are working you.
Yeah. That's how it goes. I mean, this is how it goes when you on these kind of bad teams and things like that. We saw Jalen Smith take off the goggles. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because he got so angry and heated. And they were like, man, they did a Skip Bayless to Shannon Sharp to put your glasses back on. They was disrespectful out there. They didn't care that you felt that way. But, again, somebody had to set a tone. And I thought Josh Giddey did his best starting out the game to try to set the tone for guys. This is how we're going to play. And, again, he just tried, and he put in the effort throughout the game. This is why he was so exhausted. I don't know if y'all remember when they showed him on one possession going to the bench in the third and just kind of sitting by himself. He was exhausted just sitting there, man, because that's a lot. He plays a real aggressive, kind of fast-paced kind of way. And when you're doing it by yourself and when you're doing it down like almost 30, it gets your legs feel a little more rubbery out there, man, when you're trying to play that way. So, but I give it to him because he didn't stop.
Right.
He continued to try to compete and continued to try to keep the Bulls involved, even when they made that little mini run in the fourth quarter where he was a part of some of the steals, getting the ball down to Trey Jones, the alley-oop that he threw to Matas, I thought was cool too. Like, I just like that he doesn't stop. Competing, no matter if he's scoring or not. He doesn't stop competing.
Yeah, anytime Giddey knocks down that many threes, I believe he tied a career high, by the way, with those 5 makes.
Wow.
You love that.
Yeah.
Especially those of us who were worried and skeptical about his floor-spacing ability when he arrived in Chicago. You love that, but to me, the best play of the game for the Bulls in a game that was pretty tough to watch was his gorgeous near full-court pass to Trey Jones on that one transition possession. Yeah. Then Trey Jones, receives it and then kind of tiptoes along the baseline. He wasn't really in a position to go up himself, but then Okoro makes a great diagonal cut right down the paint. Trey hits him with a quick pass, and it was a Bulls possession that lasted 3.4 seconds, and it was their best possession of the night. And it all started with a full court pass from Giddey that was on the money.
Yeah, and the timing was perfect. Again, when you can make those kind of passes, you remove thinking. And he made the right pass to another guard who knows how to get it to that right person. And immediately when that pass went to him, Okoro, no thinking necessary. Time to cut. You know what I mean? Time to get to the bucket. And he did that. Boom, like you said, nice bounce pass, easy layup. The Matas alley-oop I really liked too in that fourth quarter. I thought that was great. And then the steal and pass ahead to Trey Jones. And then he had the and one he had that when the Bulls went on the 8-0 run in that fourth quarter. He had that too. So, yeah, man, I like what I saw Josh Giddey do for the Bulls because he really tried his best to carry him, even though it was an impossible task.
Yeah.
It didn't deter him. You know what I mean? And I like the way that he plays like that. I've always liked that about him as far as his fire and how he approaches the game and how he wants to play. He wants to get better. He wants to win. He hates to lose. Like you can see it on his face. I saw someone say, oh, man, he's exhausted. So what? He gets paid millions. Yeah, but when you're coming back off an injury, this is your second game, you're going to look like that, bro. I don't care who you are, especially when you're the best player and supposed to be the guy that's up and down the floor consistently all the time. You're going to look exhausted. But my point is it didn't stop him.
Right.
He continued to do it and continued to move forward and continue to play. And, yeah, we give him love for that, bro.
Whereas, on Thursday night, he couldn't – I don't think he exhausted himself because he couldn't get going.
Yeah.
Right. He just had a rocky entrance to that game, and it didn't really get better from there. Yeah. And then he only played, 21, 22 minutes in his first game back. Right. Tonight he played 27. Right. I would anticipate we continue to see that number climb until we get back to where Giddey is, 30, 32, maybe 33 minutes a night.
Correct.
Other than, or certain circumstances where the game is out of reach or whatnot. But but it is just his second game back, and he was out there running. This is still a top 5 team in offensive pace, are the Chicago Bulls. And when you miss as many games as he did and as much time as you did, there was a week of All-Star break, and before that, he was out a dozen games.
Yes,
that's correct. A lot of time to not be playing full-speed 5-on-5 NBA basketball.
No, that's correct.
Takes you a few games to get your win back.
Yeah.
And your legs back. And I think we saw Josh fighting through that tonight fairly successfully, but you're right. He was gas.
He was gas, bro. But again, I just like that it didn't stop him.
Yeah.
He was gas. He was tired. He was, didn't stop him, dog. He kept going. Yeah, he kept going.
On that note, let's knock out a quick ad break. When we come back on the other side, we'll get to some game day difference makers. We'll do Take It to Tab. We'll talk to Will to Go Gottlieb later on. And if we get those likes that we need, how about a Tankathon spin? I saw Muller Dance call for it again in the chat. Hit the like. It's free. And then that means a free Tankathon spin. Either way, we'll be right back.
Bang.
CHGO Bulls is brought to you by Bet365. And right now, breaking news. New customers who download the Bet365 app with code CHGO365 at sign-up can get $200 in bonus bets when you place your first $5 bet on anything. Pick a sport, pick a prop, pick a player, pick a whatever. $5 down, $200 in bonus bets when you make that bet. Win or lose that bet, doesn't matter. You're getting that 200 bonus bets either way, and you can use those bonus bet dollars on just about everything. Spreads, totals, player props, futures, and more. Football might be over. That's okay. We got basketball. We got hockey. We got the big college hoop season right on deck.
Right there.
Woo! Yeah. So, whatever you want to bet on, do it at Bet365. Don't forget that promo code Bet365. CHGO Bet365 when you sign up. Whatever the moment is never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 21 and older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER.
The homie Sarah Bear fears getting old. She doesn't want to get old.
It's natural.
It's a natural thing. It happens in life, but she wants to stay away from it. But she needs to understand getting old is awesome. Oh, you know why? Because it gets your money straight, and you want to get your money right, especially with our fine people at Old National Bank. Getting old is fun, y'all. From everyday checking to long-term planning and commercial banking, their team is here to build momentum and help you move that ball that away. First down, Caleb Williams. It all starts with that plan tailored for you by professionals that you trust. From simple tasks to bigger financial moments, you can count on them to coordinate your needs with steady, knowledgeable guidance that brings clarity and confidence to each and every step. So whether it's celebrating that win, or rebuilding after a tough loss,
there you go,
or gearing up for whatever comes next, they have got your back with the tools that you're going to need. Y'all, Old National Bank, member FDIC, where relationships and results matter.
CHGO Bulls postgame rolls along here on Saturday night after the Bulls fall to the Pistons. Peck, Big Dave, Queen Sarah Bear on the controls. We'll hear from Goat in a minute. Let's, in the meantime, talk about our Game Day Difference Makers, Dave. Game Day Difference Maker presented by Game Day Men's Health. Better father, better husband, better man. Go to Game Day Men's Health. Visit GameDayCHGO.com to find locations closest to you. Obviously, you can throw some of those flowers at Josh Giddey tonight. We already talked about how strong his bounce-back game was tonight. So given that we covered that, I would also throw some kudos to Jalen Smith tonight.
Okay, go ahead.
This dude just continues to play physically on a team that I think is lacking a lot of that. I mean, you saw that in that game Thursday. The Bulls just got bodied. And guess what? Again tonight, the Bulls just got bodied by a tougher, more physical team. Jalen Smith is always ready for a fight, though.
Yeah.
Not like beef stew always ready for a fight.
No.
I just mean ready to meet the physical challenges of bodies banging down under the basket. And look, I thought the Bulls gave up a couple of way too soft offensive rebounds to a Detroit team that did not need the extra possessions to beat us tonight.
Right.
But 15 and 7 and 3 blocks. That's Jalen Smith just continues to be Jalen Smith. In a way that this team desperately needs him to be every night, especially, and we'll put a pin in that. Zach Collins ain't walking through that door. Vooch ain't walking through that door. It's the Jalen Smith show now.
Yes, it is. And he another game where he was physical and tough. That possession, Matt, where the Bulls was just blocking every shot the Pistons were throwing up, and he was a huge part of that. Just deterring a lot of shots and blocking them, man. And when you have a guy that physical Like, you just get excited, honestly. I don't think that he's your starter of the future. I think he is a great backup player. And I think there should be somebody better than him in front of him, and you will be a much better team if you have that. But that's another topic. But he has definitely played himself into, I am a part of this core. However you're going to use me, I'm a part of this, okay? I am that damn good and that damn important to this team going forward. I've got to be here. So the guy who can shoot that three-point shot, a guy who's going to be that physical, a guy who's going to block the shots also. I think tonight, Matt, to borrow the phrase from the great Marv Albert, he showcased the entire repertoire tonight. You saw it all tonight. The points, the rebounds, the three-point shooting, the block shots, the defense. You saw it, the fire that he kind of brings as well. Like, you saw all of that from Jalen Smith tonight and how he played. And it just, honestly, for me, it's just like, yeah, that's that stuff I like having on my team already ready to go when I'm going into a next season, because it makes it easier for me to know what I'm looking for also in that front court, knowing I have that there. Now, us and AK might see it differently as far as where he plays and how he plays, but we both agree in that he plays. And he's got to be here on this team, man. So shout out to Jalen Smith. You're right, for your difference maker. For me, I'm going same position, different team. Jalen Duren.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Damn.
He good.
He good.
He real good.
He real good.
I think if there are any Bulls fans out there still clinging to the hope that they can pry him away as a restricted free agent this summer,
let go.
You got to let those wishes go.
Let them go. Take the fingers off, man.
Pistons ain't letting a talent like that walk out the door.
Absolutely
My
not.
God.
I have marveled at this young man since he's for years. Like, I talk about him all the time. If you guys watch pregame, I'll break down stats about Jalen Duren any chance I could get. But again, I hate praising the Detroit Pistons, but I will call it what it is.
Stinks.
Jalen Duren, man, like the 26 points, and the 13 rebounds, but it's the way that he does it. He is a throwback kind of guy. Like, seriously, he is nothing but physicality, rebounds. That's what he's first, is I'm getting rebounds, and then he's getting points off of that. But he's got a little finesse to his strength. And for me, all the guys who have that kind of toughness about them, if they've got a little finesse to their strength, they're taking that game to some other kind of level. Like, any kind of tough player you want to point to, if you think of a little hint of finesse, it's like a little cinnamon in there. If you think a little cinnamon in there, oh, man, and Sarah knows because she can bake and cook. You put that little cinnamon in there, it sets it off. It takes it to a whole different kind of place. I think Duren, bro, like, watching him play around the bucket, the toughness that he shows, Matt, but he's got he can get that little touch, little float, little putback. There was a sequence that he had that Matt pointed out, like, bro, that's a Dennis Rodman kind of sequence right there, where he just kept getting the rebound himself within a circle of Chicago Bulls and kept getting it and kept getting it and kept getting it until he put it back into the bucket himself. That kind of stuff is always impressive. And if you have those things on your team, you are set up pretty damn good, hence the best team right now record-wise in the NBA.
Yeah. He's really freaking good.
He's really freaking good, man.
And so is Cade Cunningham, who honestly just had a very quiet night tonight.
Yeah, he was chilling and almost had another triple-double.
18 points on 16 shots, but 9 boards, 13 dimes. Just a little Just a little casual night at the office for Cade Cunningham.
Who got it tonight, guys?
Honestly, you know what Cade Cunningham had tonight? He had a Josh Giddey stat line tonight.
Josh Giddey stat line.
How about that?
He did. It's okay to have that stat line when you got Jalen Duren putting up what he put up.
Sure is.
And also Tobias Harris almost got my difference maker because I thought he was great too by the way that he played. The 18 points that he put out, like, they're built so right.
Yeah.
Okay? And they play so tough, and they don't like you.
Yeah.
And they don't respect you. And that's how they play. All right? And I'm a tad envious of that.
Sure.
Because that's what I want.
Stacey was kind of trying to hint at like a Bulls-Pistons rivalry. And, of course, they were talking also about the old days and the old rivalry that was a real one. But, and then when the Pistons were kind of getting physical with them and, it was like, this is not rivalry right now.
Got to be a winning team to be a rivalry.
That's a legit contender. And the Bulls.
We're starting over.
There's no rivalry between a hammer and a nail, as they say.
These are facts.
Which used to be an applicable saying when talking about Bears Packers.
It's true.
Now it's Bulls fill in the blank team. There's
now it's
bunch of hammers and one nail.
Now saying Packers sucks means something.
Yeah,
because they really do.
All right, so how about we now move to taking the temp? I want to talk about Matas for a second. Can we talk about Matas for a second, Dave? Let's take the temp on what's going on with Matas Buzelis. Taking the temp is presented by Four Seasons, your trusted local experts for heating, air conditioning, plumbing, sewer, and electric. Visit fourseasonsheatingcooling.com for other special offers and money-saving coupons. That's fourseasonsheatingcooling.com. I saw people in the chat talking about Matas.
Hey,
somebody was saying over and over again, send Matas back to the G League. He needs to go back to the G League. Okay. Shout out to whoever you were. Then I saw somebody saying, this guy thinks that Matas needs to go back to the G League. Look at Matas' stat line tonight. That's not, somebody who needs to go back to the G League stat line. I could point to a bevy, a cornucopia of Patrick Williams' stat lines over the years.
Plethora.
That would suggest that player might need to go down a level in whatever his competition of this sport is.
Yeah.
But look, and you just said it to me during the ad break, you look at Matas' stat line tonight, and you're like, so he didn't have a big scoring night. It was an okay game. He saw the stat sheet. Yes, he did in a way. Mentioned the career high blocks. Good for him, man. 6 blocks is great. You will always love that. And I know you especially have been counting Matas' blocks all season long.
Come on, baby.
As we watch him hopefully get better with his lateral quickness, as his perimeter defensive capabilities, his switching capabilities, and trying to get stronger, the one thing he's hanging his hat on right now defensively is a shot blocker in any and all kinds of scenarios. Like, he'll block a guy's shot when he's facing up, guarding him one-on-one. Yeah. He'll block for recovering from the weak side. He'll block in recovery after he gets beat one-on-one by his man.
Yeah.
He's blocking everything in all kinds of ways, and that's great.
Yeah.
But there was just another tonight moment of when I was just like, I did mention the 4 turnovers, right?
Yeah.
He's been turnover prone recently, and I think a lot of that is losing what was comfortable around him.
Sure.
Ayo, Kobe, Vooch. I just did not feel him put his stamp on that game on the offensive end.
Yeah.
Like, okay, he didn't break all of his threes like he did on Thursday. I guess that's a modest improvement. He had one really strong hoop take to the hoop that I liked tonight. Okay. But it's just like, it is not enough for what some of us, I think, in Bulls Nation want to believe that young man is capable of, when there is no reason, in my opinion, that he should not be taking one of the front seats of this freaking car right now. Or maybe it's a tank, whatever. It's not a car, it's a tank. I don't care. It's frustrating to see him not seize the opportunity to do more and be better.
Here's the stat that I could stop talking on, but I won't. But here it is. Isaac Okoro had more shots than Matas Buzelis.
What the hell?
Like, for real, we can end the show there.
What the hell?
Like seriously,
what
bro.
And that's no shade on Isaac Okoro.
That's no shade on Isaac Okoro, but in no world should Isaac Okoro be having more shots than Matas Buzelis. If Isaac Okoro has 12, then you should have 14. If Isaac Okoro has 14, then you should have 17. Like, he should not have more shots at the goal than you. He is not the guy they're looking to have more shots at the goal than you. I'm not telling, Isaac Okoro to take less shots. He's taking the shots that he's given and opportunities he's given. I'm saying I need Matas Buzelis to do the same damn thing, is to take the opportunities he is given and go for it. Now, there were plays where I was telling Matt that he needs to do this a little bit more, like veteran stuff that he'll learn. Like that play in the sideline where we saw Duncan Robinson push him out of bounds and he just steps out of bounds. Like, nah, bro, you make the ref call that.
Right.
You make it look, like worse. Like, you fall out of bounds with that. You don't stand around with those things. There has to be more physicality in his game for sure. Those things have to occur. Make them call the foul. When you get to that bucket, make them call the foul, man. You have to do those things. But also, I was about to go into a mid-range tangent right there, but I digress. But shoot the damn mid-range, all right? But he's got to, Matt, just seize those opportunities. Because if you're going to be out there for 30 minutes, you have to have more, in my opinion, than 10 shots when you're the other guy on this team that's supposed to be the one scoring. You got to have more than 10. Giddey understood it. You know what I'm saying? And Okoro understood it in some sense. But you have to be that guy, all right? And this is, when we were talking during the break, like you mentioned, we were just like, wait a minute, just looking at that stat line, you would think, if you just didn't watch the game, Like, yeah, this is a good game for him. Didn't feel him at all in that 30. He was cool in the first quarter. Saw a couple cool layups. You know what I mean? Hit threes late in the fourth quarter when it was over. His handles aren't there yet. We understand that. They're not. But the physicality is something he can kind of control straight up. And how he attacks is something he can control. How he takes the mid-range shot is something he can control. I don't give a damn what Billy Donovan is telling you, bro. I don't. Because when you get the basketball, if the shot's going in, you think he's going to complain about shots that go in? I don't think so. But if he does, to the damn well. I'm sorry. That's just what it has to be, Matt, because it's clearly a hindrance right here to his game. I've been talking about this since like game 3. Since like game 3 of the season, I've been talking about this, bro. Mm-hmm. And I let it play out because I'm like, fine, let me see it. It's fine. Let me see it. Let me see how it works. It ain't working. It's got to be more, all right? And he likes taking those shots. It's the rhythm to it. It's the rhythm of the night. It's something to his game with that.
Get out of my head.
Yeah, thank you, man. It's something there, man. And it has to be more of that from him, bro. Because, again, like I said, at the end of the day, it's not Billy I'm mad at. It's you. Mm-hmm. Because it's on you. It's going to be on you, Matas Buzelis, sir. On you. Billy didn't take only 10 shots tonight. You know what I mean? Like, it's you, bro. So you have to just take control of this.
There's a lot of interesting people chiming in with thoughts on Matas in the chat. I do want to get to some of those, but let's knock out another ad break real quick. First, we'll come back on the other side. We'll get to some of y'all's thoughts on Matas in the chat. More thoughts on tonight's game. We will still hear from Will to Go Gottlieb. And let's work closer to that 100 likes if y'all want to Tankathon spin at the end of postgame tonight.
Close.
Y'all know how to make it happen. You have the power.
You close, Jim.
You have the power.
You have the power.
Here's some ads. We'll be right back.
Rhythm is a dancer. Guess where I was on Friday?
Where's that?
Up in Naperville.
Hey-o.
Hollering at the cool people at Game Day Men's Health. Amy was quite upset at me because I was in there talking plenty of crap about the Chicago Bears beating the Green Bay Packers. And she was like, get out of here before you get out of here. Let me hook you up with some of that B12 vitamins like that. And I was like, your team sucks. Thank you for the B12 vitamins very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Fair enough.
Game Day Men's Health is awesome, and it is amazing. Very quick and easy process. You'll be in and out in about an hour. Personal care, family, and locally owned clinics. Extremely high success rate. You can feel better and have more energy. Testosterone, vitamin supplements, which you get, weight loss and hair loss treatments, age 27 and up. Trust me, they have got you covered, man. Game Day Men's Health is where you need to be, fellas. Get it right. Start your best life with Game Day Men's Health. Check out those locations in Skokie, Naperville, Libertyville, and more. Or you can scan that QR code to find the one closest to you. Go to GameDayCHGO.com to find locations closest to you.
CHGO Bulls also brought to you by Huel. We are cooking through February, y'all. Thank freaking God. But doesn't mean that you are allowed to give up on your health goals for 2026 just because we're halfway through February. No. If you are looking for a good, reliable way to get your protein this year, Huel is a perfect solution for high protein routine support, busy days, habit building, convenience, and control this year. It comes in 2 different formulas, ready to drink, bam, right here. Or you can also get it in the protein powder form. Shake it up in your Huel bottle yourself. Either way, you're getting 35 grams of protein, 27 essential vitamins and minerals without any artificial sweeteners, colors, or flavors. Nope. It is also gluten-free. It is also under $5 a meal because that's what it is. It drinks like a meal. So take advantage of our limited time offer. Go to Huel.com/Bulls15 and put in promo code Bulls15 to get 15% off your online order. That is for new customers only. Again, the promo code Bulls15. Shout out to Huel for sponsoring the show. If you're busy, you need protein, Huel is game changer. Huel. CHGO Bulls postgame rolling along Saturday night. Thanks for being here with us, Bulls Nation. Hit that like button if you didn't do it during the ad break. It's free.
Yeah.
We're less than 20 likes from a tank spin.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Sarah Bear, we got ourselves a fresh merch sale going on right now, do we not? 30% off site wide. Yowza! That is a big sale. Also, shout out to that top middle right there, Chicago Everything. That's what I'm wearing tonight.
Oh, that's Chicago
one of our
baseball.
New designs.
That Chicago baseball one in the middle is hard.
Oh, yeah, I do like that one.
I'm feeling that one right there. Nice.
We got the Iceman tee. Got the old classic, of course.
Classic cursive in the right.
Script.
Yeah.
We got a little Hogan Johns merch there. We got a little Chicago Sky action there, a little angelic tee.
I see the Bulls hat right there, little Blackhawks hat action.
Oh, what do you know? I own both of those.
Yes, you do. Too cool for school.
30% off site wide, y'all. Take advantage now. Shout out to the diehards. And shout out to everybody who hits that CHGO merge locker.
Yeah, before just real quick, I want to, and I should have did this at the start, but big birthday shout out to my homie Yuli. It was great hanging out with her and her guy James, my man James. What up, bro? Shout out to Jimmy and everybody else that was there. But yes, big birthday shout out to Yuli, man. Happy birthday, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yes. And Giddey committee, sir, your turn has been awesome to see, sir. Like, I remember when you came in, dog, it was like, now looking at you and seeing your comments, hey, man, I'm like, this dude know ball. Like, Giddey committee knows ball. He's not out here trolling things. He wants He wants better basketball from this team, man. I like it. Keep it up, sir.
Shout out to you.
Shout out to Giddey committee.
Going back to what we were talking about with Matas before the break, 40 point in the chat saying Matas just gets bumped off his spots and driving lanes from the slightest bows and bumps. Anthony saying, hey guys, Matas is Luol Deng 2.0. Great off the ball, can slash, catch, and shoot, but the handle is really bad. He needs to focus on becoming Luol on defense to max his value. Offensively, he is a support guy. Lowrider, every time Matas handles the ball, I am scared he's going to lose it. Hey, we saved that concern / criticism for one Lee Patrick.
Bang.
Giddey committee asking, why hasn't Matas bulked up during the season? Don't tell me that it's impossible or else people only get 3 months of the year to put on size. He has put on weight.
Yeah.
It's not just a James Harden wants to get traded amount of weight.
Correct.
Like, his frame is slightly thicker. Yeah. You can tell there's more muscular tone in his shoulders and his arms.
He's leaner, yeah.
But, like, adding muscle to a point, there's difference in adding weight of muscle and adding, like, strength in your game and what makes you comfortable with the physicality of the game.
Yes.
And using your physicality to your advantage, blowing through people, creating contact for and ones, or getting to the free throw line. Like, you need to put all of that together, and that's not something you can do in half a season.
Yeah.
When you're a young player in the league.
No.
It takes time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to be patient in that regard with Matas, but in the meantime, as the team shifts younger, and especially after this trade deadline, shifted even more aggressively, and Bulls fans who believe in the ceiling of Matas want him to be doing more. What's holding him back? The getting knocked off his spots, turning the ball over because he can't handle the physicality when he's trying to create off the dribble by himself. Like, it's a frustrating thing to watch, but I don't think it's all that surprising based on what we know him to be. Like, he's got so much potential, I feel, but he is still very much a work in progress.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, the handles are still really loose. And he does not have the physical strength to go toe-to-toe to get the better of guys with his size.
Yeah.
Because the size is obviously there.
Yeah.
You need the strength with the size.
Sure. I'm more worried about the handles than I am the actual strength.
Yeah.
But the handle, like, he can be as strong or as, not strong as he wants. If they're taking the ball from you, they're taking the ball from you.
Right.
So I want that more so than anything, because that will free up and change everything for him in his entire game. If he's got that handle, man, it changes everything. It really does. It changes all that he is and all that he can do out there on the floor.
I heard a jingle, Sarah Bauer. Should we talk to a goat? Yeah. Let's talk to a goat.
That's where it's the goat! The goat!
Joining us on that Goat Talk hotline, it is the one and only Will the Goat Gottlieb
The fresh sweat
from the UC.
Look out.
Bulls Nation, follow him, Will Gottlieb, read his stuff, all CHGO.com. Goat, another L, that's 8, but Josh looked better tonight? You want to start there?
Yeah, he did. He was just kind of making his threes, though. I don't feel like he was great at, like, getting into the paint or really finishing around the rim. I know he's 5 of 8. From 3 and from inside the arc. But I don't feel like I felt him as much as I had earlier on in the season. So I'm not worried about it. Like, I think he's just kind of still getting his sea legs under him, but that's what I want to see. I know there's going to be nights where, the Pistons were just kind of leaving him wide open. He was hitting threes. We know that he's capable of doing that. And I think that was a big step in his progression to be able to do that, to make teams pay. But I want to see him get to the free throw line more. I want to see him get to the rim, finish. And it's just going to take some time, I think, for him to get back to peak form. But he definitely looked a lot better tonight than he did on Thursday, and we'll see. The indication was that he would be able to play in the back-to-back. I imagine he'll continue to be on a minutes limit, but that's positive for him in terms of his progress with the hamstring and also just getting back into game shape.
Yeah, Gold, I see some of the comments already. Like, tell us about Simons, please. So, Anfernee Simons, man, in that update, anything on him?
Unfortunately, not much. Billy said that he was with the medical staff right before. It took him a little bit longer to talk to Billy postgame than it normally does. I think it was because he was breaking some stuff down with Anfernee, but we'll see. I don't know they don't have a prognosis or an injury designation on him at this point. He did get pulled, what was it, in the third quarter? So, I mean, the game was like kind of already out of hand. They could have been precautionary, but I don't even think anybody really saw what happened. I guess he just fell on it. So we'll see how it looks tomorrow in the injury report. But I imagine like the Bulls, I've been seeing on Twitter a lot, like, oh, the Bulls are tanking now with Ivey being out 2 weeks. And, it's like, I don't really think that's what's going on here. I think they're just being cautious with their injuries and taking them seriously. But they're still playing their guys. Like they're not letting Rob Dillingham play for 37 minutes a night. So I don't think that's what it is, but I do think that at the same point, they're just going to be careful with the injury. So regardless of what it turns out to be for Simons, and I'm not sure what that is yet, I do think that they'll remain cautious with it.
I mean, you just mentioned Dillingham, Goat. I'm sure that Dave and I are not the only frustrated Bulls fans who said, why can't Dillingham get into this game for more than 8 minutes, especially a game that was essentially over after 3 quarters.
Yeah.
I know that filling in for Billy on Thursday, Wes Unseld Jr. addressed the whole guard rotation situation and how it's hard to play 6 guard. Was there any continuation of that conversation from Billy Donovan or anybody else tonight when it comes to, okay, we know the situation with Ivey now, but Dillingham, a young, flyer of a guy you brought in via trade, can only get 8 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, pretty weird. I think they were trying to get him in for the last like 6 or so minutes, and there wasn't a stoppage. He was at the scorer's table for a while, but even still, I mean, that's like 10 minutes of game time for him. Now that's a big upgrade for what he was doing in Minnesota, where he was like basically out of the rotation entirely. He was getting, second quarter minutes. That's a step forward. But to your point, I mean, it's definitely important, I think, for these guys to get a look at some of the younger players. But the note or the sort of thesis that they've been talking about the last couple of days has been that they're going to continue to try to win games. And that has been coming from the top down, from ownership and from management, is that they're going to go out there and try to put their best foot forward and win games. And I think you're seeing that with how they're playing. I think they are a worse team than they were when they had Kobe and Ayo and Vooch. But I don't think that necessarily means that there's tanking. Those are two separate things, is like being bad and being intentionally losing. And that's just not what they're going to do. So they want to get a look at some of these guys, but they also want to hold them to the standard of, when you're out there, you have to execute on your responsibilities. If you're not going to do that, then you're going to get pulled. And it's not, I said this before, but like we did media with Wes Unseld a couple of days ago, and he said it's not like a punishment. It's just like these are teaching moments. We have to get them out of the game to explain it to them, and then we'll try to get them back in. But I mean, Giddey and Trey Jones and Simons give this team a better chance to win than Dillingham does right now. And so that's where that minutes cut is coming from. And you can agree or disagree with the approach, but to me, it just speaks to the difference that I mentioned before between tanking and just being not as good. And I do not think that this team is tanking. We saw some of the fines come down. We know that they don't want to get in trouble with the league for that kind of thing. But also I think there's an integrity that Billy Donovan was talking about where you're not just like throwing games. Like I think they do really want to compete, even though they are taking a step back. And like I said, you can agree or disagree with that, but that's kind of been their approach.
Matas Buzelis in this game, if you look at the stat line, you're like, yeah, that's a pretty good game. But Matt and I were just talking about how we just didn't really feel him, though, even though he was out there for 30 minutes. How did you feel about the game that he played tonight?
Yeah, I think kind of same. He was out there for a bunch of time. He made some shots. He hasn't been shooting the ball quite as well lately, if I recall. So I think that will come back around. But you just want to see him be more physical on his way to the basket. You want to see him creating a little bit more of the ball in his hands. I did like a couple of the reads that he made. I don't remember how many assists he ended up with. But that's just like, that's progress, that's growth for him that will develop over time. I think the defensive end is where you just need to see more of him. And I know people are going to point to the career high 6 blocks. That was great. You love to see that. But at the same point, there was a play where Jalen Duren just like put his chest through him and got an and one. Like there's some physicality things that he really needs to develop. And I asked him about that after the game, and he was just saying like, that was an opportunity for me to take a charge. And I knew it as soon as it happened. But he's just got to make those reads a little bit quicker. And I think it's been tough on him. Like he obviously does not like losing, but he hasn't really admitted this, but just like losing a lot of his teammates who he's really close with. And for a lot of these guys that are still here, I think it's been an adjustment. You're getting all these new bodies in. They don't know really how you play. They don't really have the conditioning to be able to play the pace and tempo. Matas was talking about like some of the reads just not being there, or like sometimes with the old group, they would kind of know where people were going to be and they would make that pass. And with this new group, they just haven't materialized there. And so I think it is a real transition for him, both like mentally, emotionally, but also just on the court. And I think he's having to step up into more of a leadership role at a very young age and without a lot of experience, just because there aren't that many guys that have been on this team even as long as him.
Go, before we let you go, just can you offer any more insights as far as what's going on with Jaden Ivey? I know he had very interesting things to say after the DNP on Thursday that you were writing and reporting about, and then Billy kind of addressed it when he got back in town. What's your read on this whole Jaden Ivey situation?
Yeah, it's been kind of a weird, just a weird saga. Obviously, he did not play in the Toronto Raptors game. That was a DNP CD. Both Wes Unseld and Billy Donovan, since he's returned, basically said like he was available to play, but it was a coach's decision that he didn't play. So that it was their call. But he has also kind of been starting to raise this issue of having some soreness in his knee. And he brought that to us when we spoke with him post-game. I know we talked about that. But I think Billy was saying before the game that he's not really someone that's going to like complain about knee pain or anything. But basically, like everybody can tell that he's just not the same explosive athlete that he used to be. And I think, the medical staff kind of wanted to check in with him about it and see how his knee was feeling. There's some soreness there. Obviously, there was the report today, or the news today from the team, that he's going to be out for 2 weeks before they reevaluate him. But before the game, Billy was basically saying when he needs to strengthen the muscles around his knee. And when those muscles are a little bit weaker, that's where you can have soreness. And it's also where you can lack explosion and just like elite athleticism and twitchiness that he used to have. And so I think they're hopeful. We also talked to JB Bickerstaff, who obviously is the Pistons coach, worked with Ivy for 1.5 years. Both teams are confident that he's going to be able to get back to that, but I think it's going to take a little time, and I think he's going to need to definitely add some strength around in the muscles around his knee in order to get back there.
Go, we got to knock out a last ad break, so we'll let you go. Appreciate the time, appreciate the insights. Bulls Nation, Will_Gottlieb is where you can follow him. CHGO.com is where you can read his stuff. Become a CHGO diehard if you aren't already, so you can read all of his stuff. Go, we appreciate you, buddy. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.
See you guys then.
Peace.
With that, let's knock out our last ad break. We'll come back. We are 10 likes away from a Tankathon spin.
10 likes away.
And we do, I think, probably need to address what we were just talking, or what Go was just talking about in the whole Jaden Ivey thing.
Let's get
There's
into
also
it.
some Zach Collins news.
Sure.
Hit the like. We'll be right back.
He's hurt too.
CHGO Bulls is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. Dave,
Yo?
what about your next big weekend adventure?
Okay.
Maybe just your next big night out?
Yeah.
I know our pal Joey C had a little weekend adventure.
Maybe.
Shout out to him and his better half.
Mm-hmm.
Where they could have gone. No shade on where they did go. It's Potawatomi.
Yeah.
We're talking about thousands of the latest slots and table
What
games.
are you doing?
Ready to refuel? You got a ton of amazing restaurants and bars to choose from. Whether you're feeling fancy, getting all dolled up, or you just want to look like a schlub like me and grab a quick bite.
Get gussied up.
They got you covered either way.
Yeah, they do.
Just steps away from what many call the Midwest's best sports book, and you don't even need to leave the property. You can stay in style at their luxury hotel between your trips to the casino. Maybe you're heading to a game or a concert this winter. Start your day right at Potawatomi. Hit the sports book, then head out to wherever the night takes you. Potawatomi is the perfect home base for all of it. Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. Your win is waiting. So go check it out.
Man, Pepsi's not prepared, so I'm about to get us. Hey, man, what time is it?
Game time who?
Gotta be just a little that. But it's all right because it's about game day, ladies and gentlemen, and we love it. So game day has those own deals. That is when you can save even more when you choose the section and let Game Time go ahead and do the selecting of the seats that you're going to get. They got those seat views. Guess who likes those? Me and Matt Peck. They got that lowest price guarantee. Guess who likes that? Me and Matt Peck. They got that Game Time ticket coverage. Guess who likes that? You guessed it. Me and Matt Peck, because it comes with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. So take that guesswork out of buying those NBA tickets with Game Time, y'all. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use that code CHGO. Get yourself $20 off your first purchase. Man, I said CHGO. Get yourself $20 off your first purchase. Download the game app today because Matthew Peck, what?
CHGO Bulls postgame rolls along.
Awesome.
We are 3 likes away from a Tankathon spin, y'all.
3 likes,
When
y'all.
we get to that 100 likes marker, we appreciate each and every person who hit that like button.
We do.
Y'all are the best. We love you.
We do.
Let's go ahead and just address the big news from earlier today before the game.
Okay.
In case you missed it, and Sarah, I'm not sure if you have the screenshot of that Bulls press release that came out. This hit my inbox while I was just having a nice calm Saturday morning at home. No worries. No,
Just
nothing.
chilling.
Just not a care in the world.
Have
A nice
some coffee.
lazy Saturday at home.
Yeah.
Email. Bulls,
Hey.
Bulls press release. Medical report. Well, I know this ain't nothing I want to read. And it is, in case you missed it, but I'm they were addressing it on the broadcast and everything tonight too. Zach Collins, who has been out for a while with a big toe sprain, walking boot. Somewhere like weeks before the All-Star break, Billy said, don't expect to see him back before the All-Star break.
Yeah.
We did not. 2 games post-All-Star break, 1 game post-All-Star break, because it happened before tonight's action, his season is over.
Wow.
Perhaps his Bulls tenure is over, but having surgery to repair this sprained toe will not return this season.
Will not return this. And I think, Matt, we kind of felt that this was going to be the case.
I was waiting for this press release, man.
Yeah,
For weeks I was waiting for this
seriously,
press release.
because the injury was so weird, and we were like, none of this. Sadly, we've been here, before. So we understand the writing on the wall with this team when it comes to this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So when we saw it, it was like, I don't know, Jim. I don't think this man will be back for the season. And yeah, here it is. It sucks. To hear that. I mean, he's dealt with injuries, before, for sure. Some big ones, that has kept him out for, long periods of time. So to hear him have to go through another one, I mean, it just sucks for the young man, I'm sure. And in a contract year as well. So it just makes me wonder, what's that offseason for him going to look like? Is he in the Bulls' plans?
Yeah.
For the offseason? Is it someone they bring back and let him rehab here? And get together so he'll be here for the end of this or for the start of next season, or is he not? On the Bulls' agenda. Like all these questions we'll talk about during the off-season shows because we do not go away, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you then. But yeah, man, it sucks just overall hearing that for a player that their season will be done after him having some real success in this season as it was going on.
Shout out to Christopher C. in the chat who said Collins greater than Richards.
Yeah.
And these are the conversations we're having, folks.
This is where we're at.
Think about that.
This is where we're at.
Somebody in the chat was talking about Luka earlier tonight. Like, come on,
Shout
man.
out, Luka.
Yeah, he good.
He good.
Cade,
He real
good. Jalen Duren, good.
Yeah.
Bulls, bad. In that very same medical report from the Bulls, and again, bummer for Collins, but not much of a surprise. In that same medical report press release, perhaps a bit more surprising and definitely more frustrating, Bulls guard Jaden Ivey has been diagnosed with left knee soreness and will be reevaluated in 2 weeks. And so Goat, of course, was just touching on that just now while he joined us. I have so many questions.
Yeah.
First, I hope this isn't a question. I hope Jaden Ivey's okay.
Yes.
Some of the stuff he was saying after the game Thursday that he did not play in was really tough to hear.
Agreed.
Just as like well-being for another human being, I hope he's hanging in there. Saying like the old J.I. is dead.
Yeah,
that guy
man.
doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
That's hard to hear for a guy who clearly still has potentially so much career ahead of him, and as important, if not more important, so much life ahead of him.
Agreed.
Such a young man.
Agreed.
And now it's just a bevy of just cynical Bulls fan questions that follow that.
Okay.
Why is this the case?
Yes.
Is this why the Pistons were so eager to move on from him? Is this why they gave him up for Kevin Huerter, who is not playing for them?
On the bench.
And right now, it is just knee soreness. There isn't a specific medical or body part term other than knee and it's sore in this update. That, I mean, talk about a can of worms of worry. And where does a Bulls fan mind wander? But I think the proof is in the pudding in that even before he came to the Bulls, and Pistons fans have been talking about this, a lot, physically not the same guy.
Yeah.
He's just not the same guy after that serious leg injury.
Yeah.
He's looked slow in his handful of games with the Bulls.
Yes.
He looks like a player lacking the burst that made him a walking highlight reel at Purdue. And what happens after this 2 weeks of knee soreness reevaluation period? The Bulls had a second-round pick revoked from them because Kobe White arrived in Charlotte and failed a physical.
What kind of crap was that?
Should we be dealing with a similar situation here? Like what? The Bulls traded for a player who can't pass a physical, or did he pass a physical? But he's got sore knees or a sore knee. Like what? Ugh. It's just a crap sandwich of Bulls being Bulls. But I at the forefront of that, again, I'm just feeling really bad for the guy right now.
Yeah, a crap sandwich with cheese.
I like cheese.
You're right, Matt. Number one is him. And we said this about Lonzo Ball when he went through his knee injury.
Yeah.
We didn't. It was like, forget basketball. Like him. We wanted him to be okay. Just start there.
Right.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
And that's why I'm starting here with Jaden Ivey. Is he okay? Is he all right? Because you're right. Some of those comments, just hearing that from that young man, I was like, oh, okay. I hear you, bro. Like, but what's going on? You smooth? Like, you all right? Because just the way it was worded, was honest, but it was like daggers.
Yeah.
In the way that it was being said. And it was like, oh, man, okay, we need to check. Just say what's up to my man. Not say anything's wrong with him. I don't know him like that. But it just made me wonder, it made you wonder and a little concerned to make sure he's straight. But then from that, like you said, it got into the cynicism a little bit. Because here's where I went. I immediately thought, wait a minute. So the young man who, after an all-star break, all that time off, comes back, and when we watch him in the warm-ups, doesn't have his warm-up shirt on, looked like he was ready to play. Mm-hmm. They didn't play. We watched his body language just go from a 10 to a 4.
Yeah.
While he was sitting on that bench. And then the next day, Billy says he was healthy and fine to play. It was just coach's decision on that. And then they're like, yeah, his knee is sore. He's going to have to be out for a couple weeks. Well, when did he have time to have a sore knee? He didn't play. When did this happen? When he was sitting on the bench?
Astute observation,
David. Yes, this is where my brain went. I'm like, when did that happen? How? How did this go down? Because you didn't do anything. He did not play. So for it to be 2 weeks, you know what I'm saying? For that, it's just I don't understand. I don't get it. They never understood. I don't understand what's going on and happening in this situation. And it makes I'm worried about the young man in the sense that I just want to know he's all right. It's not like, oh my God, you know what I mean? Like that kind of worry. But it worries just to make sure he's cool. But at the same time, what happened?
Yeah.
Is what I'm thinking. Because he was playing before the All-Star break. He played.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then after an All-Star break, he doesn't play. If they told me, Matt, and said, okay, it's because we were worried about his knee because we don't think his knee was all right and healthy. No, they didn't say that. They said he was fine. He's completely fine. He could have played. Mm-hmm. And then said, oh, his knee's sore. The next day, when? It's all I'm asking. When?
How?
When?
Why?
When did that happen? Is all I'm asking. When did it happen, man? That's all I'm just concerned about. Julie said he was injured when he got here. And it's Lonzo all over again. And that's my thing. Like, if he was in, and he was playing. But, again, I'm going by what's being said.
Yeah.
Billy's saying he was fine.
Yeah.
He could have played. He was cool in the game. So, yeah, I'm just as confused as you are, Matt. My cynicism went here, yours went here, and we're going to meet right up here in the middle of what? What? Boulevard is where we are.
Yeah.
So, yeah, very confusing and crazy set of circumstances going on. It stinks, Giddey Committee.
It really does. Really quickly before we go to a little bit of OT, I see we got a couple of super chats there, so let's shout out some super chats, and then we get a tank spin. Shout out to our girl Kimberly. $20 super chat. Appreciate you, Kimberly. Much love. Saying the only way to watch these games is at Hooters with you guys. I'm actually glad Io is playing with Ant instead of this mess of play.
You feel better now, right?
Yeah. Silver linings.
Yes,
people.
silver
Let's
linings.
Find our silver linings. Be happy for Io. He is on a playoff-bound team.
Yes, he is.
And looking and feeling pretty happy.
Yeah, skin
and
just
looking
glowing.
like a great add to
Feeling
that.
great.
What a good fit.
Yeah, man.
Happy for Io.
What a really good fit.
And shout out to you. Yes. Always fun when we hang out with our Bulls,
Always fun.
fellow Bulls fans at Hooters or anywhere. By the
news
way,
for you, fam.
this coming Thursday, I think we're going to be doing a Michelob hang. So
yeah, come hang out.
keep an eye out for news on that. Trev Smith with a $10 super chat. Thanks, Trev Smith, saying, am I giving too much credit to AK? Yes. I haven't even finished reading it, but yes. For trading for a team that is so bad that no matter what Donovan does, the team will tank. Asterisk, soft tank.
Yeah. Reset.
Double asterisk, ethical tank.
That's right.
They're not trying to lose.
No, they're not.
They're trying to win. But the roster right now is considerably worse.
Yes.
As a cohesive basketball unit than what they had before the All-Star break.
Yeah.
And what they had before the All-Star break was a team that was not quite mid.
Yeah.
Are you giving AK too much credit for that being what seems to be happening right now? Yes. Mm-hmm. I believe so. Mm-hmm. I believe it may have not even been the brilliant brainchild of one Artūras
Okay.
to be where we are right now.
Okay.
He so stubbornly was in love with mid-roster after mid-roster, and I think stubbornly believed that his whole 9 to 10 good players theory was going to work.
Fair.
Suddenly, this drastic pivot,
Yes.
you wait, your assets depreciate, then you finally trade them for scraps?
Yes.
For a roster that is now clearly worse.
Classics.
Does that sound like AK to you? Doesn't sound like AK to me. I'm wondering if he had certain nudges of encouragement from somewhere. I don't know. Just a theory. It's not a tinfoil hat. It's just a regular hat. But, yeah. All right. Shout out to the Super Chats. Appreciate you. By the way, for those of you streaming, if you want that overtime bonus coverage, just head to allchgo.com.
See you there.
Shout out to Samsung. Shout out to Comcast Xfinity Cable. Shout out to Roku.
Loft.
Xfinity Loft. Well, Sarah, Dave, I see we got 110 likes. Great job, y'all.
Yes.
Way to go, Bulls Nation.
Well done.
Y'all earned yourselves a tank spin.
Yes, you did. All righty, baby. Now, we finished number what last time? I believe we got high.
It jumped. Didn't it jump to 3 or 2?
It was top 3. I think we were 2.
Yeah.
I think we were 2 in that one, man. So, yeah, we jumped up. So, a lot of pressure on you there, Sarah Bear, to do this right.
Yes. Do the good old reset before the spin.
Get the reset. Okay.
There the Bulls are in 9th, by the way. They've moved up from 10th to 9th.
This is true.
Way to
All right. Sarah Bear,
the
moment is yours.
Spin it. Oh, stayed at 9. But how about Memphis taking a sizable leap there?
And look at Brooklyn. Oh, my gosh. Dallas to number 4.
Oof.
It was great. Sacramento, though.
Yeah, like, you know what? Dallas doesn't deserve anything ever again.
That's what I'm saying. Them moving up there is crazy, bro. And look at the Pacers, but, to the Clippers. New Orleans, I mean, that's wherever New Orleans ends up is going to be bad. It's a bad decision to make.
They are giving their pick away.
Here you are. Take that, please. You're welcome.
Yeah.
But, yeah, okay, Bulls at 9 right there. But, hey, a lot more of the season left. Bulls have lost 8, but Sacramento's lost 16. Are you for real?
That franchise record.
What?
And shout out to our pal Matt George.
My guy.
Great Kings coverage.
My guy.
I saw him when they lost their 15th straight the other night. That was franchise record.
Oh,
so
wow.
This is franchise record bonus edition.
Right.
What do you think, Dave?
Well, let's see what they say in the comments. Did people want another tank spin? If you like,
if we get to 115.
115. Give us one more like.
Let's get another like, and we'll do one more tank spin before we get out of here.
We'll get one more tank spin and get y'all up out of here, man. So just hit that like button one more time, and we will drop that. Yeah. Just give me that 115. When we hit the 115, we will absolutely hit you with that tank spin, because I know the bear wants to redeem herself on that one, man. She does not want to go.
Thomas, hey, there we go.
Look how happy she is.
Hey, Sarah's like, let's go.
She got so excited, man. She's like, yes. All right,
double
Sarah.
tank spin. That's a treat.
You reset.
All
right, riding on you on this,
come
bear.
on.
Come
spin
on.
that wheel. Number one. Let's go. Dude, Sarah, you are hanging out with us on lottery night.
Oh, man.
Bam.
Wow. From way downtown. Well done. Well done, Sarah Bear. Well done. Very well done. And again, New Orleans is number 2. Wherever they end up, it's just bad. A bad situation.
Shout out to Chase Ashland in the chat who said, no likes until the Bulls win a game. You must have CHGO Sports confused with the Chicago Bulls YouTube channel. We out here doing our thing.
That's right.
Providing friendship, therapy, commentary.
Yes.
Symbiotic platform for our fellow Bulls fans.
We suffering as much as you over here, my friend.
We have nothing to do with the Bulls' success.
No.
We just talk about it.
That's it.
Or the lack thereof.
Yes, correct.
You want to be stingy with your like, be stingy with your like.
You know.
And I said in a comment earlier, I would not be happy if the Bulls go 0-82 all the time. No. I want the Bulls to be championship contenders.
Very much so.
There are certain ways to go about that.
Yeah.
What's the word I'm looking for, Dave? What's the word I'm looking for? Talent. That's hence the Tankathon spin.
We like talent.
Yeah.
Talent. It's a thing. We like it.
No.
Another game tomorrow, though, Matt.
Woo, we go.
Another
We go,
game tomorrow.
baby. We go.
Another one tomorrow, New York Knicks.
Yeah.
Who won? Who came back and won that game?
They came back and won?
They came back and won
They
that
were
game.
down double digits going into the fourth, right, against Houston?
They were. Oh,
Shout out to the Knicks.
And won that game. They take your good to the night belt home.
Hey, it's got to be here just in case.
Jill, look what you've done to my sweet Julia.
That is, how wild would it be if you could have literally been like, yeah, I just, used all of the month of February to take the Goon of the Night belt to the cleaners. have it touched up.
Get it right and
Give
ready.
it a little extra shine.
Yeah, man. Just get it together right there, man. Had it mounted.
Yeah.
Getting it right. Absolutely. Down 18 in the fourth. Yeah, they won.
They
came back, got that. That's a big time victory for them, man.
That is.
Yeah, now they're coming to the UC after that win.
So two teams on second night of a back-to-back. Bulls
teams.
Knicks tomorrow night. Shout out, by the way, to Christopher, who said through years of ass management and losses, CHGO has always been here. Bless. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah,
that's
man.
what we do. That's why we're here.
For, baby.
It's therapy for us. It's therapy for y'all.
Yes.
Hopefully someday.
Hopefully.
Maybe.
Yes.
When I have a gray beard.
Yes.
And an even hunchier, badder back.
Oh no, yes.
And Dave will still look this glorious. 2050 something? I don't know.
We'll call it that.
We'll be here talking about a Bulls team that is like number 1 in the East.
Number 1.
No, but that was the team that they lost to tonight.
Oh.
Maybe someday. All right. We'll be back tomorrow. Try again.
We will.
Shout out to Sarah Bear, Queen of the Controls. Always a pleasure when you pop in and hang out with the Bulls crew.
Number 1 pick.
Great work as always.
I'm so excited for the lottery.
Yeah, I'm very
girl.
happy for you.
So excited.
I'm very happy for you, sir.
But someone did comment. They were saying that you guys, where was it? They were saying, this guy, he was saying you got second, ninth, and now first through your tankathons.
Solid run.
That's a pretty
Solid run.
Shout out to for
vibes.
that, for keeping that assessment
Yeah,
together.
good
There.
Somebody tracking the Tankathon
Tracking the
spin results.
Tankathon spin. Shout out to you, Thomas Banks.
It's that time of year. Woo! 25,
It's
Dave.
the most inevitable time of the year.
57 down, 25
On the way,
to go.
Matt.
Here we
On
go.
the way.
Follow Dave Bow, BWL Sports. I'm Bulls_Peck. Shout out to our guy. Follow him too, Will_Gottlieb. He's the GOAT.
Yes.
We will be back here tomorrow night for Bulls Knicks post game.
We will.
Y'all have a great night. Have a great Saturday night into your first part of your Sunday. Enjoy the weekend. Much love. See you, Happy Good.
Peace. Love y'all, man.
We
all silly like the mayor.